and welcome to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. We are back on the Zooms today with Elise Steindoliner. She is Executive Director at Bright Futures, Frederick County, Winchester. I'm so excited to be able to see Elise's face today. I haven't talked to her in several months. We got a lot of things to catch up on. You've got a lot going on over there, Elise. But before we jump into the Stuff the Bus that's coming up in a couple of weeks, for someone who may not be familiar with Bright Futures, who you are, what you do, who you serve, give me the download.
Okay, so Bright Futures, we're a program of Frederick County and Winchester City Schools. We're a joint initiative that supports our students' basic needs when they are not always met, making sure that they have everything they need to be successful and to be able to learn at school. We support our kids from within the school system as a sort of an extension of the counseling and student support arm. And we work directly with our school staff to help our kids out to make sure they have everything they need to be able to learn and to succeed.
And when you say everything they need, we're talking food, we're talking clothing, it runs the gamut.
We focus on unmet basic needs. So if anybody remembers back to their old psych or sociology classes, there's a pyramid of basic needs. And on the bottom of it, you have those things like food, shelter. And as you get up further in top of the pyramid, you get to these really fantastical ideas of self-actualization and learning and knowledge and all these other things. But you can't really have that. You can't be able to learn. You can't succeed. You can't be self-actualized. Many of us can't anyways. If you're hungry, there's a lot of things that'll stand in the way of your success. And when you're asking little kids to learn, if you don't have those bottom of the pyramid items taken care of, the food, shelter, basic need items, hygiene, clothing, you are not capable of learning. And that's what we focus on. We focus on those basic building block items to make sure that our kids can be present in the classroom and succeed.
And when you factor in just the school dynamic in and of itself, it's one thing to not have those things and be living in a silo, but these are elementary school kids, middle school kids, even high school kids that have to come to school hungry or come to school in the same clothes they wore the day before or have shoes that don't necessarily fit. There's a whole new dynamic that gets entered into the picture when you're talking about a school setting.
Absolutely. We help kids with elementary, middle, high school. If they're in Frederick Winchester Public Schools, we are here for them. And no matter what challenges that they're being faced, we try to support them. We work directly with our school counselors who know these kids and know the challenges that they're facing at home or in other areas of their lives. And we try to give them every advantage that we can. And we do that by working with our community. Our community is incredibly generous to be able to support us in this way.
Super unique that this is an initiative between both of these school systems. Typically, we hear this school system has this and that school system has that. But the fact that Frederick County and Winchester have come together for this program is really interesting.
It sure is. But also, when you're talking about our area, Frederick County is the donut. The donut hole is Winchester City. People come in and out of all the different parts of it all the time. And we want to help the kids no matter what side of the donut they're living in. They might be living on the inside of 81 one day, and then the next day they're on the other side. We don't want to have to say no. And so it makes more sense to be able to help them no matter what side of the road they find themselves on.
When we're talking about the things that you provide to them, we're not talking about you writing a check to their parents for them to buy these things. I had the privilege a while back of coming to the warehouse and seeing your office and seeing all of the things. I got to watch a food pack happen while I was there. You actually have the items, whether people are writing you a check so you can buy them, people are donating food, they're donating gently used or new clothing. You keep that stuff there and get it into their hands the minute you know they need it.
That's right. We work directly with our schools. And so our counselors are able to pick up the phone when there is an issue and that somebody needs help or somebody is looking for some support. They are able to reach out to us directly. And we have an entire warehouse full of donated items that hopefully we have exactly what they need here. If not, we will figure out a way to get it for these kids to make sure that they're taken care of. We work with our volunteers or donors and anybody else we can find to figure out how to meet these needs. And it can be anything, just like you said, from running shoes so a kid can participate in gym class to a food bag to take home on the weekend through our weekend food pack program to back to school supplies, which is what we're working on this time of year.
What happens during the summer? So right now school is out. I know we're going to talk about the stuff the bus for when school starts again, but what happens to those kids after the last day of school happens?
That's so funny you say that because hunger doesn't take a summer vacation. And many students that we see over the summertime in our summer food distribution are students that may take advantage of a free and reduced lunch. And when summer happens, there are fewer options. One thing we do at Bright Futures is we help with grocery support over the summer, and we do summer food distribution. Our team and volunteers from the schools drive out in vehicles to our hot areas where we have identified needs and are good central areas for people to congregate. Lots of times it's school parking lots, and we'll give out boxes of food and groceries, produce. And we also partner with Frederick County Schools, their Sun Meals program as well. And we did that this last month and had an overlap and served more than 600 kids at that event. It's
600
amazing.
kids. So tell me a little bit about some of the staggering numbers.
Oh my goodness, I've got numbers. So over the summer, so far, we served 944 students in June alone. And then in July, 1,242 students, which is
Wow.
crazy. We've pretty much knocked every record we had out of the park. We're talking thousands and thousands of pounds of fresh produce we're moving out. And from what we hear, families are loving it. There's just nothing like giving a fresh watermelon to somebody in the summertime. We've been really, really thankful for our support with the community to make this possible. We could not do what we do without the food bank. The Blue Ridge Area Food Bank. It is incredible to make this happen. And then all the volunteers in the schools that help us literally stacking boxes in loading cars, packaging watermelons. This is hard work. Bags of potatoes don't lug themselves, but it's a lot of work, but it's incredibly rewarding.
I would imagine the uptick in those numbers from the last several months has been because the cost of groceries has gone up so much more. So you're likely seeing more families than you would have maybe a year ago or even 5 years ago. And that also translates to more money that you have to spend in some cases in order to get that food in those quantities.
You are so right. We really never know what we're going to get when we go into a summer. You never know with cost of living, climate, schedules, weather. There's so many variables out there. You never know what the need is going to look like. And this year was anybody's guess. And it's been incredible. The turnout we had, there were times where we just didn't stop for hours on end. We're running, loading cars. The team here has worked really hard to make it possible. But it's true. We have had more this year than ever. I don't know what that means for the future. It's worrisome because we do operate on a shoestring here. Everything that is donated to us is supporting the kids. And if it's not donated, I don't know where it's going to come from. We're doing a lot. We're doing with nothing. I'm feeling it right now. And I'm thinking about the future here and back to school season. And it feels like we're about to start drinking from a fire hose. But it's pretty wonderful doing what we're doing. And we're lucky, and it's a privilege every day to be able to do this work. It is probably the most rewarding work you can ever think of doing, is feeding your neighbor and supporting your neighbors.
Because when you hand that mom a bag full of produce and snacks for their kids and all of the things that they know now they're going to be able to fix dinner that night and the next night. I can't imagine the look of relief on that mom's face. And to know that you played a role in that has got to be the warmest, fuzziest thing ever.
Oh, absolutely. You can't top it. And sometimes it's not a mom. Lots of times we're seeing grandparents rolling in here who have custody of children. I think of a family off the top of my head about this family that the husband is on disability, is severely disabled, and the wife, who was retired for more than a decade, has gone back to work to support their two grandsons that have been given to them since their parents were incarcerated. I was talking about shoestring. That's a shoestring. They do not miss a food pickup. You see them every single month at pickup, and you see them for back to school. You see them at the holidays, and you could see the struggle. It's incredibly worthwhile when you know that these kids are going to school with your kids and you're doing everything you can to make sure that these kids don't feel othered in any way. They have every resource available to them, and that they're not going to bed hungry. Grandparents aren't going without to feed the kids. You want to do everything you can to support them. And I think that's our entire community. I think they rally around these cases, and we want to make sure that we can connect this incredible generosity you see here in our community, and we connect it directly to these kids who are at the same bus stop as your kid, making sure that even though they're hiding it really well, making sure that they're going to bed with full bellies and a backpack with pencils in it, just like everybody else.
That's a really good point. So we're sitting here at the end of July. School is going to start in just a couple of weeks. And so many of us, I know I did when Josh was younger, would complain about, oh my gosh, now I got to go to Target. I got to buy all these school supplies. And now looking back, knowing so much more about our community that this radio show in particular has taught me is what a privilege that was for me to be able to just go to Target and drop $100 on the pencils and the notebooks and the backpack and the new jeans for school and the new shoes and the socks and all of the things that we had to do. Not every parent in our community has that luxury, even at $100 level. Some of them don't have it at a $25 level.
Oh, amen. That's what we're here for. We're incredibly lucky to have that privilege to choose and to shop. But for many folks and people that we serve, people that we see every day, it is a real struggle. And you're talking about making some tough choices between things like groceries and back to school supplies. That's one thing that we focus on here at this point of the year is making sure that our kids have everything they need. That's one thing we can do. And it's through a ton of generous donors, generosity across the valley that we're able to support these kids.
Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about Stuff the Bus and what everyone listening can do to help you literally stuff the bus and what the impact of that will be. Can we do that in the next segment?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
We're going to do all of that when we come back. We are on the Zooms today with Elise Steindoliner. She is the executive director for Bright Futures, Frederick County, Winchester. We're going to talk about the Stuff the Bus happening Saturday, August 1st, when we come back in just a couple of minutes.
This Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. He has no idea that's what he's going to do. He only knows that he went to justserve.org and signed up to spend time at a senior center Saturday morning. As he browsed through service opportunities in his own community, he remembered the words of Paul to the Galatians, "By love serve one another." Little does Henry know that Saturday morning he'll end up speaking to one senior in particular who hasn't seen his family in several weeks and is feeling especially lonely. Henry doesn't know the short time he'll spend with this man will lift his spirits, cheer his heart, and make his life just a little better. Through love and service this Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. We are on the Zooms today with Elise Steindoliner. She is the executive director for Bright Futures, Frederick County, Winchester. We learned a little bit of background about what she does and who she does it for through her organization. But now at least school is about to start. I always joke as we're talking about anything school related because Josh is going to be, dear Lord, 32, I think, in September. So I am so far removed from buying school supplies and doing those sorts of things. But I will admit, I kind of miss it as much as it was a pain in the moment to do. Now that I don't do it very often, I miss being able to go and just fill a backpack and buy all of those things. And things like your Stuff the Bus, that gives me an opportunity to relive Josh's early days in school and help my community all at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, it's awesome. There's nothing like a bouquet of fresh pencils in the beginning of the fall. I so enjoy it too, and I sometimes find myself wanting to buy my own office supplies because it's just so festive and fun. I love it. I just like there's really a lot of enjoyment buying new gel pens. I can't stop myself sometimes either.
So you're doing the Stuff the Bus. You do it
Yep.
every year. This year it's on Saturday, August 1st. It's from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And you're going to
Yep.
be set up at three different Walmarts in our area.
Yes, indeedy. The three Walmarts that are in the Winchester area, so you're talking Pleasant Valley, the one in Stephen City, and then the one on 50 North, all from 10 to 4. We'll be out there with volunteers wearing Stuff the Bus shirts, collecting any donated school supplies that folks may be able to help contribute. It is a great time to do it. There should hopefully be lots of back to school sales happening at the Walmarts. And we partner with Walmarts. They've been incredibly generous to us as well. They let us park our bus right by the front doors. And so you'll see the big yellow school buses at all three sites, and there'll be some volunteers there handing out little shopping lists of things we're looking for. You can also see our shopping list right on our website. You can print off PDFs. It's all digital if you don't want to print and save the trees. But we've got a couple of hot items looking for this year that we are in dire need of. Things like pencils and Expo markers are top of the list. Back in the day, we used to use chalk. I guess that's dating myself now. There is no more chalk. Chalk is out. Expo markers are in. But one thing that stays the same is that people still need pencils because all those standardized testing pencils, they got to come from somewhere. Kids need those pencils to do those sort of things. But then also pencils are just a super necessary item. We can never get enough. Donate some pencils, expos, folders, construction paper, markers, crayons, you name it. It's on there. Just go ahead and clear the shelves.
To make you feel a little less old, I will tell you Trapper Keepers were all the rage when I at school, had the Velcro flap and all of the things.
And we actually have a couple kicking around here. People donated some to us, and I cannot give those away. And I am just horrified because I'm like, why don't you want them? They're so fabulous. They're neon. This is a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper, and the teenage girls are just snarling at them, and they have no interest, but free to a good home.
I love that you are able to capture people as they're going into Walmart who, like me, wouldn't have even gone to that school supply section because it's irrelevant to us now, that can take that piece of paper and say, you know what? I'm going to take an extra 20 bucks. I can do $20 right now, and I'm going to get 15 packs of pencils. I'm going to get whatever is on this list that I can afford because it really does go a long way. Even one pack of pencils, when you pair that with all the other people that can only do one pack of pencils, it makes a difference.
And that's exactly it. But also, it may not even be $20. This is the time of year that you can get a really great deal on. Those are those loss leaders that are out there, the 10-cent packs of pencils, like the buy one, get one free stuff, like all of that. This is the time to watch those sales. And you don't even have to shop Walmart, shop anywhere, gosh, and bring them on out to Bright Futures or anything from any other store. Bring it to the bus or bring it to our office here at Bright Futures, Frederick, Winchester. The really special thing about this program is that because we work directly with the schools as a part of the school system, we are going to funnel these items directly into the schools to the children that need them. We don't work directly with families. We don't work with other organizations, nonprofits with this sort of thing. We have a couple handful of partners that also work directly with students, but we make sure that these items are sacred and they are going to where they're supposed to go. And it's hyper local, it's staying here, and it's going to a kiddo right here in our community that could use the support.
It's super good to know that I don't necessarily just have to get it at Walmart, because when Dollar General has a sale or the dollar store or I'm at Target or anywhere else, the fact that I can still grab all of that stuff, throw it in a bag, and then bring it to you that day at Walmart or bring it to your
Yeah.
office makes it even easier for a lot of people out there.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, shop anywhere, find your deals. I've even been watching Staples has a freebie of the day, and people go out there, figure it out. I can't get away from this office, but please go out and shop and take a look and see what you have. Look through your own offices, look through what you may have, and full packs of pencils that you're not going to use. This is the time to take a look and see what you can spare.
I have a ton of packages of Post-it notes that I bought that are multicolored, but I only use the orange. So do you want the pink and the purple and the blue?
I absolutely do. And I can tell you about offhand about 50 teachers that want them too. Post-it notes are on the list. Post-it notes are great. And teachers need them. I need them. But I use every
You
color.
and I joke every time we do this show because you always tell me, I think a year or so ago when we were talking about this event, you had found out that one of the stores had glue sticks for like 10 cents or something. And so I think it was Target. I immediately went to Target and I bought 100 of these glue sticks. And I still have them in a bag sitting in my office that I have not yet gotten to you. But the other thing I now have to add to that is at another shopping trip, as I'm doing my clearance walk at Target, I found backpacks, girls' backpacks. They were pink and purple, and they were on clearance for $4. And so I
So
bought every single one that they had and thought, oh, these are going to Elise.
that's great. Absolutely. Keep them coming. We love your donations. Shop the list the best you can. I do have some little girls in mind, but what I look for most of the time is stuff that's gender neutral. That way they can go to boys or girls. And I don't accidentally, if there's not anything left in inventory, have to give a little boy a little girl backpack. That's a nightmare.
You don't want to do that.
But we do love those sprinkly, cute little like glitter backpacks, and they warm my heart. It's really exciting to be able to give somebody one of those. One other option that's really cool this year is if you visit our website, Bright Futures Frederick County, or type into your Google Bright Futures Frederick Winchester, you can see our Stuff the Bus logo right on that main website page. And when you click on that, you'll see something that says Shop Our Virtual Drive. So we have this awesome platform through another organization where people can select the school supplies that we've identified exactly which ones, and you can shop right from it online and send them directly, and they'll come in bulk from this organization that's a wholesaler, that's a nonprofit wholesaler. Send it directly to us. Cuts out the middleman. It comes directly to Bright Futures in bulk in one large shipment order. I know we've had a few really generous people come out, and they're already clicking through, sending us the pencils, the scissors, the highlighters, all the things. You can shop right from your couch if you don't want to come out. Shop our virtual Stuff the Bus, and it'll come to us hopefully right in time.
I love that because then I don't have to worry about getting it to you.
Then nothing will be sitting in your closet for a couple weeks. Go ahead and shop the sale right now, and hopefully we can get that right out to the kids.
And when we're talking about school supplies, obviously we're talking about the pencils and the
Mhm.
notebooks and the notebook paper and all of that sort of thing. But things like snacks are also incredibly beneficial to you.
Oh man, are they ever? So, some people may know us for our food pack program, first and foremost, because that's probably one of the biggest things that we've been known for is our weekly food bags that go home with kids. So, another thing that we started this year are in-school food pantries, and they are taking off like a rocket. We have them in, gosh, I have to count how many we have, but every high school, middle school, and some elementary schools in our area. And getting them stocked in the beginning of the school year is a large feat, and I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it yet this year. It's big time needs now for shelf stable food of any kind, basically kid friendly snacks, granola bars, good snack item things. When kids get to a certain age and they may not have food at home and it might not happen only on a Friday. They might need additional support, or for whatever reason, maybe they're not on the food pack program because I mean, sometimes you get to these high school ages and as kids get older, sometimes they would rather starve than be seen carrying a food bag. This is a good way to covertly offer help to kids, especially when they're in the counseling office and the admin office. Sometimes hunger results in behavioral issues and other things, and we just try to be whatever we can for our schools and be there where they need us and offer food as a support when that need isn't met. And I don't know how exactly we're going to stock all these pantries this year because our food supplies are dead low right now. Over the summer, we are down to about as low as they come. Oh gosh, we could use the support. The snacks, the food items, and anything like that can come to Bright Futures, and we need it, and we need it now.
So while you definitely need people to donate those items themselves, the
Mhm.
other perk to writing you a check or making a cash donation is that you do have those partnerships with Blue Ridge Area Food Bank. You do have people that are scanning the Martin sale papers and the Walmart sales papers, and they're able to see when something is on sale. You can get a lot of bang for a dollar that I donate to you as well.
We can do so much with a donated dollar. We get things at tax exempt rates. We have deals and relationships with all area grocers because you'll see me any given day scouring the shelves. We'll be stocking pantries, food pack bags, you name it. Gosh, we can make some things happen for our kids for a couple cents. I swear we can buy some things for kids to help them. So a dollar can do a lot for us and offers us the flexibility to help a kid when if we don't have something in stock, we are able to get what they need.
And there are so many other ways that people can help, even if it's not individually. I remember when Josh was little, after he got to a certain age, birthday parties just seemed silly because he didn't need anything. So we would do these birthday parties where people would bring, I think one year we did books, new kids' books, and then we donated them all to Bowman Library. And they put a little
Oh, that's so
name
nice.
plaque inside of the book saying that it had been donated by him. He thought that was the coolest thing ever. But you can get together with your friends and do your own drive and then bring all of that stuff to you. There are different ways that you can go about doing any kind of a donation drive yourself.
Absolutely. We have so many resources and lists up on our website. If you type into the Google machine Bright Futures Frederick Winchester, or just type in our website, which is brightfuturesfrederickcounty.org, you can look up our most needed shopping list. We have grocery lists. Even have an Amazon wish list, brand new up this week. It's going on Facebook, I think today. Shop those, send us some things. There's so many things you can do. We have organizations that'll use our ready-made flyers, and that all you have to do is customize your name, and it's ready to print. It has lists of all the items we need on it. Rock and roll. This is the time to do it. This is the time where we need to be restocking and helping our kids as they come back to school. My mom was a teacher for a long time and she worked with a serious at-risk group of kids. And she would always dread the back to school time because she's like, these kids, some of them, the ones I worry about throughout the school year, it's always really nerve-wracking. You wonder what condition you're going to see someone. And like she would always remember one or two kids that were struggling with homelessness. And she remembers they'd come back like 20, 30 pounds lighter, come back with the same clothes they wore on the last day. And she's like, there's so much you worry about over the summer, and you just want to be able to do everything you can to help some of these kids. And so that day one, they have everything available to them, that you get that train back on the tracks. And I just think about what she said, and it just makes me think, I wonder what we could do to make sure that all of our kids stay on the tracks, that we're there for them. There's a support system, and all the resources they need are here. We have everything they need for them to make sure that they can succeed, they can graduate, they can go on to great things.
Volunteers are a little tricky for you because you're dealing directly with students, but could you use people to help you at events like this Stuff the Bus?
Absolutely. So our Stuff the Bus volunteers are pretty firmed up at this point. Everybody has to go through the school system volunteer procedures. So at this point, we're pretty much firmed up, but we have constant volunteer needs throughout the year, especially event volunteers. Most of the time in the school year, we have students that we work with to do a lot of our work, which is incredible. We partner with our learning center students to help do a lot of the administrative warehouse tasks, which is awesome. They are great supporters. But volunteers make our work possible. We have corporate groups that come out and help us pack our food bags, church groups, social groups. We see everybody. It takes hundreds and hundreds of people every year to make our work possible because there's only 3 of us here at Bright Futures. We're a teeny little skeletal operation. And so we're all kind of jacks of all trades in some ways.
Before we wrap up, tell me again, when and where can I come bring you things?
So at Bright Futures, you can find us here in Winchester. We're right off 37, right by Jameswood High School, behind Virginia Farm Market. There is a little place called Bright Futures. Look it up on the internet. There is a lot of Bright Futureses, but maybe type in Winchester at the end of it and you should find us. And we have a little garden shed, looks like a little Rubbermaid shed that we accept donations at 24/7. So pop something in there if you can, that would be amazing. Or come out to Stuff the Bus, which is again August 1st. At Winchester-area's Walmart. So the one is Stephen City, the one off Pleasant Valley, the 150 North. More info on that is available on our Facebook. Type in Bright Futures Frederick Winchester again, our website, or just look around. You'll see our information. We're on flyers. We even got a little write-up in the paper the other day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully now you're inundated with school supplies, and I can at least start telling everybody for the next couple of weeks, hey, go get some of these and take them over and drop them off. So I appreciate that you're always available to talk about this because I think the work that you do is incredible, and I'm so happy to be able to help you spread the word and get these kids started off on the right foot.
Thank you so much. Inundated is the dream. I would love to be inundated. I would love to be able to make sure every single teacher in our school system has the tools they need and that every student does as well. The teachers come second, unfortunately. Once our kids have their needs met, then we can support our classrooms. That's the dream, to be able to offer anything a teacher wants at any point. And I would love someday to be able to do that. Maybe this is the year where we can do a little bit more.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Janet.
I will be back on Monday with a brand new episode of The Valley today, just a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.